hoaxes.
It's real.
We hate you. I gotta go. You look great. I had a good time.
All-Star was a guy named
Charlie, a dentist, who discovers that women inevitably find their soulmate immediately after having a sexual encounter with him. But it poses a problem when he falls in love with Cam. Can he keep Cam as his forever? Let's find out on Good Luck Chuck. Good Luck Chuck starts at a birthday party. At that time, some teenagers were gathering and forming a circle to play a game. The teenager then played a game of roulette using a bottle. The rule in the game is that if the bottle is aimed at the opposite sex, both of them can do whatever they want in the cupboard for a few minutes. At that time, Charlie had a crush on a girl who was wearing a green skirt. Unfortunately, his estimation was wrong because the bottle was not directed at that girl, but at Anisha, a girl who likes to dress up in a gothic style. Finally, Charlie and Anisha entered the closet. In the closet, Anisha expressed her feelings to Charlie. It turns out that Anisha really likes Charlie. However, unlike her, Charlie didn't like Anisha at all. Moreover, he didn't like her gothic makeup. Anisha then tried to kiss Charlie and Charlie tried to refuse. Because of getting rejected, Anisha became very angry and threw Charlie out of the closet. Anisha also threw a curse at Charlie. Anisha says that Charlie will never be happy, and all her love relationships will break up after sex. The girlfriends will find their life partner when they broke up with Charlie. Anisha then took a lock of Charlie's hair and left the party. This story was pulled back several years later. At that time, Charlie was on a beach with a sexy girl named Carol. The two seemed to be having some fun at the beach. The next day, Charlie was reunited with his childhood best friend named Stu. Charlie told Stu that he had just broken up with his girlfriend, Carol, even though they had just had sex at the beach. Currently, Charlie works as a dentist and is well established. So he was already thinking about getting married and starting a family. His friend, Stu, is already well established as well. Stu works as a dermatologist who helps girls to enlarge their breasts. Although both are doctors, their patients look very different. Charlie's patients are mostly old people, while Stu's patients are beautiful and sexy girls. On the weekend, Charlie attended a wedding of his ex-girlfriend named Kathy. At the party, Charlie's eyes immediately fell on a beautiful woman. Deftly, he approached the woman and tried to talk to her. It turned out that the woman's name was Cam. Cam works as an attendant who takes care of the penguins at a water park. After a long chat, Charlie gave Cam his business card so that if something happened to her teeth, Cam could call him. Before coming home from the wedding, Kathy went to Charlie and said that after breaking up with Charlie, a man immediately proposed to her. Kathy asks where Carol is, but Charlie says that they have broken up. Unexpectedly, Carol, who was at the party, turned out to have found a new boyfriend. As if Kathy's words were true, the girls immediately found a new boyfriend after breaking up with Charlie. The next day when he arrived at his workplace, Charlie was so surprised to find many beautiful and sexy girls waiting for him. Reba, Charlie's assistant, found an article on the internet that said that many girls immediately found a life partner when they broke up with Charlie. That's what made the girls suddenly arrive at Charlie's dental clinic. Meanwhile, Cam looks busy feeding the penguins. Accidentally, a penguin slides right at her. As a result of the collision, Cam fell and crushed her teeth. Cam decided to call Charlie and ask him to get her teeth fixed. When he got a call from Cam, Charlie was so excited, even though he was with one of his patients. That night, Cam went to Charlie's dental clinic. With his extraordinary skills, Charlie can quickly repair Cam's broken teeth. Charlie then asked Cam to go on dinner with him. But Cam rejected it. When he was about to go home, Charlie met again with Cam in front of the elevator. Turns out Cam came back because her car broke down, so Charlie helped fix it. But when she closed the car door, it turned out that her car keys were left inside, so she had to ask Charlie to take her home to get a spare key. Unfortunately, when she arrived at her house, Cam's house key was left in the car. This incident really annoyed Cam. Eventually, Cam was forced to shatter the glass from her door and asked Charlie to drive her back to her car. They both spend a lot of time together. When he arrived home, Charlie was surprised to find his assistant, Reba, sitting on his couch. It turns out that Reba wants to ask Charlie for help to have sex with her because Reba is tired of being single all this time. She was sure that if she had fun with Charlie, she would soon find a soulmate and get married. Finally, Charlie was forced to serve Reba, who was wearing her super sexy outfit. That weekend, Charlie and Stu met at a park. Charlie told Stu everything that had happened in the past week. According to Stu, Charlie did a good thing because he helped others find their soulmates. Charlie then asks Stu to list all the women he had had sex with. They want to find out if it's true that all the girls finally found their soulmate after having sex with Charlie. The next day Charlie returns to his dental office, and more girls come to have sex than have their teeth checked. Finally, Charlie started doing his job to please all the girls. Meanwhile, Stu finds out that all women who have been in touch with Charlie immediately find their soulmate. While watching a documentary about penguins on TV, Charlie thought back to Cam and intended to make Cam his last woman. Eventually, Charlie called Cam and asked her out. Charlie and Cam then spent a lot of time together until love began to grow between the two. One day, Charlie and Cam started to have some fun. But Charlie remembered Stu's words. He immediately called Stu, and Stu confirmed that all the girls had indeed found a mate. So if Charlie has sex with Cam, then Cam will definitely get another man. Cam started to carry Charlie into the room, and she was ready for Charlie. But Charlie tries to find an excuse so he can leave and not have fun with Cam. Charlie immediately left Cam's apartment. The next day, Charlie and Stu want to prove that all the girls who have sex with Charlie will instantly get a boyfriend. So they were looking for a woman who seemed impossible to get a boyfriend, and their choice fell to an overweight woman who was sunbathing. Charlie tried to approach the overweight woman and seduce her so they could have sex. Charlie finally managed to have sex with her, even though Charlie became a bit traumatized after it. A few days later, Stu called Charlie and said that the overweight woman had not yet found a boyfriend. Stu's words made Charlie so happy, and he immediately looked for Cam. Both of them continued their fun time, which had been delayed. But in the morning, Charlie watched a TV show that showed that the overweight girl was married to a man. The fact was so surprising to Charlie, because he was sure Cam would soon find a soulmate and leave him. The next day, Charlie tried to make sure that Cam liked him even more. He always gives her surprises. Charlie also always calls Cam almost all the time, so that Cam doesn't meet other men. However, because of his overreacting attitude, Cam started to dislike Charlie. One day, Charlie came to Cam's workplace and intended to propose to her. But at that time, Cam turned out to be with a man, and the two looked intimate. A jealous Charlie bumped into a fight. But it turned out that the man was just a hairdresser. Charlie's silly behavior actually made Cam even more dislike Charlie, and broke their relationship. Charlie was so depressed. On that day he sees a bottle fall from the trash, and brings his memories back to Anisha, the gothic girl from his childhood. Charlie then remembers Anisha's curse, where he will not be happy, and all his girlfriends will get matched with other men. Charlie and Stu then try to find Anisha's whereabouts. Finally, they found Anisha. Charlie repeatedly begged Anisha to take her curse, because he was about to lose the woman he loves. However, Anisha said that all her words were just bullshit, especially since she was still a child at the time. Charlie then told her about Cam. Anisha gave him some advice. Charlie and Cam will definitely find their way, if they love each other. The next day Charlie returned to Cam's water park. But instead, he saw Cam was with a man. Both of them look intimate, especially they both like penguins. Charlie was sure that Cam's match was that man. His heart broke, and he immediately left without saying a word to Cam. Charlie spent days playing games. Stu comes with his new girlfriend. Turns out his girlfriend is Charlie's former matchmaking patient. But Stu brings bad news, that Cam is going to Antarctica with the guy Charlie saw the other day. Stu finally encourages Charlie to consistently chase the woman he loves. Charlie finally rushed off to catch up with Cam. Arriving at the airport, Charlie bought the same plane ticket to Antarctica. He quickly gets into the plane. There, Charlie meets Cam, who turns out to be with that man. Charlie apologizes for all his stupid behavior, and hopes that he and Cam can be together again. Charlie begs Cam to cancel her trip to Antarctica. Cam explained that she wasn't going to Antarctica for good, but only for a few days. It turned out that the man with him already had a wife. Finally, Charlie gave Cam a ring box and left. When Cam opened the ring box, she got not a ring but a stone. It turns out that the stone is a symbol if penguins want to mate. Cam, who was impressed, immediately called Charlie and kissed him. Meanwhile, Anisha is seen taking out a box from a wardrobe. Inside the box, there is a doll that looks like a voodoo doll with a picture of Charlie's face. Anisha then pulled a needle from the doll to end the curse. Charlie finally managed to find his soulmate, and the two decided to take a vacation to Antarctica among the penguins.